Liar!
You're up, Kristin.
All right. So thank you for joining me. Tonight we are going to talk about how to work the social media power hour that Meg shared with us. And I just want to break it down a little bit, kind of more the way I see it working, the way I've been able to use it, and hopefully it'll be really beneficial to everyone else. So the first thing we talk about is that our focus is the 4 vitals. And to me, 3 of those is pretty simple, right? We are proof of the products, we do our personal development, and we recognize other people. Like, those aren't super tough things. It's that invite part that all the voices in our head and all this, like, I don't know, holds us back. At least that's my story. I constantly second guess whether or not I should be sending someone an invite. And that word invite really, it bugs me, and I don't know why. So I have started actually thinking of it as connecting, because that's all I'm really doing. And by saying connecting, I'm networking, I'm building relationships, and yeah, someday I hope to be inviting. But I know Meg also called it relationship building, which is just another really great way to look at it. But inviting sounds so salesy. So I like to stop using that verbiage altogether. And so the social media power hour doesn't have to be one of those things where you sit down and you're going to do this for an hour. In fact, I find it so much more natural when you do some parts throughout the day. But the first thing we really need to think about is the fact that the whole idea of social media is to be social. And I think sometimes as coaches, and as Meg said, we put our blinders on, we don't scroll the feed, we don't find out about anything else that's in anybody's lives. And I'm not saying, spend hours scrolling your feed looking for the perfect post to then go off on this journey together. Nobody has time for that. But spend a little time, because that's how you're going to get to know these people. And that's what social media is about, is making those connections and knowing people. It's just knowing how to navigate some of that arena. So we really have to spend time interacting with people. So making sure you are liking and reacting and commenting is all going to boost their posts and then make them want to come and comment on your things. And that's what we want. We want to make people want to comment on our stuff. Likes are great, but comments really give you, the push up the ladder. So those are important things to make sure you are thinking about when you're putting together your social media posts. And like I said, when you are commenting on someone else's stuff, it shows that you actually first looked at their stuff. You didn't just send an invite, you didn't just friend them, you didn't just follow them, but you actually took the time to look at a post, read a post, watch their video, whatever it is, and connect with them. And so by doing that, you are starting to build that relationship. But again, in order to do all of these things, in order to have people want to watch what you're doing, you have to be doing something every day, really every day. And Meg said even just 1 to 2 times a day. I really shoot for 3 times a day. I really don't like to do more than 3 in a day for any one platform. I am an Instagram and Facebook girl, and more leaning toward the Instagram, but the stories is really where it's at these days. People love those short snippets, and it's not hard to come on and say, show your food, or talk about how hard that workout was, or, show how crazy your dog is when she talks to you. All those kinds of things, that's building a connection, and people can watch your whole story in like 2 minutes. And that's pretty cool. And they're like, oh, I kind of got to see what her day was like. That's cool. But still, you want to be posting those grabs where you're actually putting content in there where you're hoping to get feedback. And I'm going to show you some examples of those. and those are the kinds of things like we've talked about before, that it evoke emotion, the laughter, the tears, it inspires, it motivates, maybe it even gets people a little riled up. I like to sometimes do a little tough love post, like, hey, would you rather have that extra value meal, or would you rather have diabetes? You have to make choices in life. And so sometimes the tough love gets people a little riled up and they want to post about that. So anything that evokes their emotion, gets them wanting to say something back, things that are relatable. Like I post about peeing my pants because it's a real thing. And guess what? Other people go through it too. And it makes them go, wow, she's really genuine. Like who else is going to post about peeing their pants during a workout? Yeah, not many, but I am who I am. And that's part of showing the real you. I like to say, I don't show the highlight reel. I show the real, because the real me is the person I prefer to be. And I think it's the person that people are following. I don't think they're following when I post this perfect picture that had the best light and, everything was perfect. That's not my real life. And I doubt that it's really many people's real life. So yeah, better to be real than to look perfect and fake. And so then Meg also talked about that this kind of social media power hour could really be done just 1 or 2 times a week. I'm going to tell you how I think it could be done every day, but we'll get back to that. So she actually breaks down her whole shebang in 5 blocks. And I'm going to show you this, but don't freak out because we will do each and every one. And I'm going to give you better examples. Not better. I'm sorry. She gave great examples, but obviously you weren't there, you don't know. So I'm going to give you personal examples and a couple of hers to help us through this and hopefully kind of get some of those ideas clicking. So let's share. Shall we share? So the power hour, the social power hour, really is a lot of the same things we talk about doing in any power hour. It's all about connections, but it's looked at in different ways. And she breaks it down in like 10-minute increments. And really, it's going to vary on what you're doing. Like the very first block is about commenting back to people who've reacted to your posts. This is vital. This can be hard to do. I have had some threads that blew up. And I'm going to show you one as an example, which was my, what are you packing your kids' lunch for a beverage? Oh my gosh, so many comments. And it is so important that you comment back on as many of them as you can, but honestly, all of them really shows not only to the person who commented, but to all those people, and the fact that it's going to bump you up higher in the hierarchy of posts. It shows, though, that you are taking the time to show those people, all those people, that you read every single one of their comments and that was important. And so I think that really builds a sense of trust, a sense of caring, and shows what we're all about, right? That we are really in it, care about people. And then thanking the people who liked or commented, and then, sending messages to those people. Blah, blah, blah. We're moving through this quickly because I will go into further information. But block 2 is searching for your people. So this would be the friending. We'll go further into that. And block 3 is, and sometimes I get wrapped up in everything else and I don't do this as much as I really should. And that is liking, commenting, sending messages to your people, to your coaches, to your customers, because those are the people who are in it, right? You have to remember that they need your love and support just as much as everybody else. Block 4 is what I like to call loving on your pros. I don't like to say prospects because I think it sounds salesy, and I don't like that. I like when pros, it sounds so positive, and like I want them to go pro on my team, either as a coach or as a really awesome customer or challenger. So yeah, I call them pros. So this is, talking about how you draw them in or how you start building that relationship. And block 5, I'm getting a little crazy here. I'm thinking there's 5 blocks. There's only 4. Good grief. All right, so block 1, I want to show an example of what it looks like to comment back on other people's, on your own, comment back on people's responses to your post. And I know this is really small, and I will certainly share it more later, but her screenshot picture is, I'm sorry for the things I said when it was winter. For people who have the seasonal affective disorder, that's not cool. It's a real thing, and winter is really tough. So, so then people blew up on that, because a lot of people can relate to that, right? Especially if you live in the Midwest. It's not pleasant right now. And so you see things like, it got down to 4 below here, and she's like, oh my gosh, gross. And, it doesn't even matter. Sometimes an emoji, a fist bump, oh my gosh, that's awesome. Something just to show that you showed back up to read what they wrote. So yeah, and you're getting conversation going. And the whole idea is, generally you don't want them to be the last one to comment. You want to have the last word. But honestly, I go with what feels like a natural flow, or I'll end with an emoji that usually kind of closes up the conversation. And if I really feel like there's a lot more going on there, I will take it to a private message and be like, oh my gosh, you are so funny, or whatever, right? Or thank you for that advice. That was amazing. Where did you even come up with that? Stuff like that. Keep it going, but maybe move it off of the thread, because after a while, nobody maybe wants to read that. So then I'm going to share mine. And this is my, I'm tired of packing box juices, even though they are organic and low sugar and all that stuff. But what do other people use? Or what do you put your kids' drink in? Blah, blah. And I got tons of responses, like, oh, they could take milk, or they could buy milk at school, or take a water bottle, or they don't like to drink water, take water, but give them one of those little packets of flavoring, things like that. Put frozen fruit in their water. So tons of great advice. And yes, sometimes you'll be like, I already know all the answers. I know what I want for this. But guess what? People love it when you ask for their advice. It makes them feel valuable and wanted, and like they have something to share. So I don't know about anybody else, but those are the kind of posts I get the most traction on, because people want to share. So yeah, people were sharing, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I never thought of that. Thank you so much. Where do you get that certain cup? Things like that. It just keeps the conversation going. And then when I'm done, if there are some that, especially, I think they could be a potential challenger, or, gosh, you sure know a lot about sports cups and sports drinks. Have you ever, I don't do the have you ever considered yet. I would say, oh, are your kids in sports? Do you play sports? Keep the conversation going and private message them. So that is kind of how that first part of the blog was. But then, what do you do with all those people who like and do the reactions and things like that? Or they comment something, but again, you want to take it further. Go ahead and take it into a personal message. I'm going to go back to probably my explanations or my examples, but if it's a fitness post, I think it's completely acceptable to say, hey, thank you so much for liking my video of my struggle today and workout. Do you struggle with workouts too? What are you doing for fitness now? Because that feels completely natural. It's not all, do you want to get in a challenge group? Do you? No. So that is a great way to get the fitness conversation going. But if it was like a post of my dog going ballistic in the backyard, and they commented, ha, 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 ha. I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, so you get big dogs, right? So do you have dogs in your life too? Or have you ever had a dog as crazy as this? Something to pull them in. People, they want to know that you notice them and want more. And that's cool. But just don't overthink it. Be a real person, like you're talking to somebody face to face, like you bumped into each other at the pet park or whatever, and you're like, oh my gosh, which dog is yours or whatever. Keep it normal. All right, so block 2. This is my favorite. And I wish I could remember who exactly I heard speak on this the first time, but it's all about kind of the hashtag game, right? But the first thing you really have to think of, and I do this like repeatedly, cyclical, where I just write down, I'm like, okay, what are 10 things about me that I think I connect with other people? And so here's a brief list of some things. I'm crafty. I love to craft. I'm obviously a mom. It's going to pull a lot of people. Dogs. I have chronic illnesses. I have fibromyalgia. I have interstitial cystitis. I don't want to list the whole thing. I love to knit. I love Dave Matthews Band. I'm a coffee addict. I love Jesus. And I love the show Horse. So you have to come up with your list, right? Because those are your people, because you can connect with them. If you just put in like anything you think is what other coaches are doing to pull people in, those are their people. Those are not your people. You are not going to connect them, and they're not going to connect with you. It's going to be fake. So I resisted doing this, like really utilizing it a while, but once I did and started using it to search for people and groups, it made a huge difference. Like it brings you your people instead of you just like, let me friend the world. No. That just doesn't bring you the kind of people you really want to be reaching out to. So you got to find what your people are made up of. So then you can also, lost my place here. What am I saying? Groups, especially on Facebook. Groups is going to be your easiest go-to for finding your niche people. I am in an interstitial cystitis group. I am in an Indiana Crafters Association or something like that. I'm in an Instapot group. So you join these groups, and you got to be in there though. You've got to comment. You got to build relationships, and then when you see somebody posting stuff, you connect with them. You say, "Oh my gosh, your recipes are amazing. How long have you had an Instant Pot?" And get the conversation going from there. Because Instant Pots to healthy nutrition to fitness is a really easy road to go. But and I've been guilty of it. I'm sure most of us have. The whole going into groups like for fitness or I love Pio or, whatever is not going to get you new people. You're going to get more coaches. You're going to get people who already have coaches. You're going to get people who do, bodybuilding, or they're doing, I don't know what other crazy programs are out there. Really got blinders and I don't care. But so you're not going to find your new exciting people you want to help and bring in and show the goodness. So don't use those kind of hashtags. Come up with hashtags that speak to who you are. Okay, so here's my absolute favorite thing she talked about is changed my life and how I do my business. It is the 5-3-1 with new potential friends, your newest buddies in life. And I love this because you don't have to send the weird, like, hey, we have so many friends in common. Mind if I come you? Yeah, that's creepy to me. And I've seen it and I've deleted it many a time. So I don't like it. But, and this works especially well on Instagram, if somebody has a super private account on Facebook or Instagram, this is really, you're going to have to message first. So, hopefully they have enough in their bio or something that you can pull from. Otherwise, maybe it's time to move on. But what you're going to do is, and again, Instagram's great for this because you type hashtag, like I put in interstitial cystitis because it's not very rare, but it's rare enough that it's not 100 people, but it's continuing to grow. And I see, and then Instagram starts suggesting these people to me too. So it's like making my job easier. But I can see, oh, okay, look, there's chronically icy Lizzie. So I'll click on her and I see all these pictures and I'm like, oh, she has a dog. And oh my gosh, look at that dress she's wearing. I'm going to click likes on the things I like. And then I comment on things that really I would comment on. I'm not forcing any of this because guess what? Most people can see through it. I know I can when people do it to my posts. I just usually give it the little heart and I'm like, okay, I'm done. And I'm sure that I can follow you. So I like 5 posts. Hopefully they have 5 posts. I've had some where I'm like, oh, I feel like based on your bio, we would click. So I'm just going to like ones I see, comment on 1 or 2, and send you a message saying, I just think, based on what you said, that we have so much in common. All more time it works. So yes, you do your 5 likes, 3 comments, and I don't get too deep in their page because it's just not necessary. If you find stuff you like, make sure it's genuine. And then you send the message. All right. And I was like, oh my gosh, what do I say? And then it dawned on me, what would I say to me? Like if I was scrolling my page, what would I say to me? And so this is what I came up with. And this is what I've been sending to people. And honestly, it's gotten a lot of fun reactions. Sometimes the conversation goes almost nowhere. But more often than not, I've been able to really get a conversation going. So I say, hey, Emily, sorry I went all fangirl on your page, but I really enjoyed your posts. Your drawings are amazing. You are so talented. Are you a trained artist? And that's it. Showing that, hey, first of all, I'm not that old. And I can be silly funny and it's no pressure kind of craziness, but I would truly say, oh, fangirl. Because when you're just now following somebody and you're liking all their stuff, it's a little weird. So it felt right to me, but it might be you. Don't use that if it's not something you would say. And then I compliment them, right? I say, I really like drawings. You're so talented. I would probably be more specific than that. I would probably say, oh my gosh, your pointillism on that flower was amazing. I did that, so that's why. And are you a trained artist? Are you, have you been in school for this? And people are flattered by that kind of stuff. I love having people notice them and see that they have a gift or that, oh my gosh, they think I could have been classically trained when really no, this is what I do in my free time. I love that. And it's important to share that. So at that point, I've either already click follow them or I will follow them after I send that message. And really, you can go either way. I don't think it matters too much on Instagram because so many people on Instagram want to be followed. But on a private account, again, your best bet is to just send a message based on their profile, And then as far as okay, well, how many people am I going to do this within a day? It's up to you. I shoot for 1 to 2 each day. But again, I'm doing this every single day. I'm not doing this just on 1 to days or even just 5 days a week. I do it every day. And so, sometimes you're like, I'm not inspired by any of these people. But people that you've had on your friend list or your followers list for a long time, but they love some love too. Go back through the list. Somebody that catches your eye, do the same thing. And then just say, oh my gosh, sorry I went all fangirl, even though we've been friends on such and such for a while, but something just caught my eye and I just had to come show you the love and let you know. And then ask a question. So you're trying to add 10 people a day. I don't know about 10, but whatever. Whatever's doable for you. But the truth is, if you're not building that connection, like right from the get-go, it's going to be harder. It's going to feel harder to go back and realize, okay, why did I add this person? So I try to make those more meaningful 531 contacts right out of the gate. And I'm going to tell you my secret sauce for how I get these done. And you might not like it, but I think it's genius. I call them power poops. Listen, we all go to the bathroom. It takes us a couple minutes. I mean, we're not dudes, so it doesn't take an hour. But those few minutes where a lot of us spend scrolling or playing a word game or, I don't know, checking our email, I use that like religiously now to 531 somebody. I scroll through my suggested people looking for the hashtags I like. Click on one and I'm like, ooh, I like this one. I 531 them and I send off a message. I tell you what, within the same day, almost every time I get a response. Yes, I usually try to wait at least like 6 to 8 hours because I have finally learned that you can, if you instant, then they're going to instant and it gets overwhelming. So, respond a little later so that you show that you do have a life. I do have a life. It took me a while to realize that. So again, some people think you need to really message back and forth, especially on Facebook with people before you friend them or add them. I kind of disagree with that because I feel like, especially when people send me out of the blue, I'm cool with that. I will go fully check out their page. Whatever they show really tells me enough about them to know. Since our accounts are public, they get to learn everything they need to know about me because everything you need to know, everything there is to know about me is on my account, right? So they can see, oh my gosh, yeah, this person, we have so much in common. Or, yeah, we have 20 friends in common. That's my offline. Like, if we don't have 20 friends in common, I'm like, I don't know. It seems a little creepier, but they're making the time. Who knows? And then when they friend accept, that's when I go to their page and I like 5 things, I comment on 3 things, and I send them a message like, hey, thanks so much for getting my friend request. I had no idea you had a German Shepherd too. How old is he? Things like that. It can be so simple. And again, power poops, man. That was one way it started to really click with me. Like, it can be that easy and natural. But it doesn't have to be scary and hard, and it just needs to be genuine. Okay, and so now is block 4, and like I said, this is the piece that I sometimes have trouble remembering to get accomplished, and it's terrible. But loving on your coaches and your customers, so important, because they see what you do, and if they see you're commenting on everything else other people are posting on your stuff, or that you're liking other things, they'll feel that, right? Like, okay, they showed me a bunch of love until they got my money, and then they said, I'm moving on. No, it shouldn't be like that. They should be a part of your fitness and health family, right? You still check in on them. I know we check in on them in our challenge groups, but we need to check in on them in life. Because sometimes what is on social media and what is in our groups does not translate, right? Like, we may miss out on that their grandfather died. And how horrible is that? And how bad do you feel when you realize, oh my gosh, I missed that? So take time to scroll your people's pages, give them some likes, comment on their stuff is really important. Not because you have to, but because you should. Because these are the people who took a leap of faith and invested in you, invested in trusting you. So important. If you don't have a team or customers or things yet, that's okay. Just keep working on connecting with those new friends, family, whoever, building the trust and relationship there. And it is a block 5, good grief. So block 5 is going back to your pros, right? See, I don't know what I'm doing. Anywho, is going back to what I call the pros or your prospects. You know, you want to be continuing, those people that you really feel like they're almost there, you know, or I really want to help them. They've got, you know, like for me, I see somebody with fibromyalgia and I'm like, I want them to feel what I feel. I want them to have that energy back. I want them to want to get off the couch like I do. So yeah, I spend a little bit more time checking their page and showing some love for their posts and things. And that becomes natural follow-ups, right? Like, you know, yes, we've already won them. It's okay to go do it again. You know, it doesn't necessarily make you a stalker. It makes you a caring person who shows interest in someone for more than just a sale. So, and yes, and make sure you're tracking. This is something I have like roller coastered on, but it is so important. Otherwise, these conversations can fall off and you lose your momentum. So, yeah, Meg says, you know, do this 5 times a week. You'll also notice that more people commenting on your things, that you are gaining more momentum on your social media. Yes, that's all very important. But what I really think of this is my power hour. This is how I do my work every day now. Because I see that the nuts and bolts of this business is the connecting, is creating those relationships. Because these people are trusting you with a lot. Because if we think it's all about a shake and a fitness program, it's really, really not, right? And we're talking about emotional eating or, you know, trauma that happened that caused them to eat the way they did or caused them to stop caring about themselves. It is so much more than a fitness program and a shake or a supplement or anything else. We are not selling those things. We are helping people have a better life, to find their lives again, to have hope, to do the hard things and be proud of themselves. And I think that's amazing. So we should be energized to connect with them, to build these relationships, and to not jump to an invite. Have you thought of, how would you like to? I hate it when I get those messages, right? So it's all about building the relationships. So for me, the only things missing as far as the power hour are, you know, checking into your challenge groups. And if you're like on the My Tracker app, you probably get the notifications. You can't help but check in, right? Make sure you're doing your posts on social media. You know, take a few minutes each day and write some things you're going to try to post on the next day. You know, obviously our workout, our shake, our performance line, those things are go-tos. But make sure you're showing, you know, your family what you do for fun. If fitness is your fun, okay, but maybe show something else you do for fun. And make sure you're checking into your online office and doing your personal development. So you're adding that much more. You're really just getting the most out of your power hour. And all of this together is maybe an hour and a half if you really wanted to sit down and do it all at once. I don't know about many people, but my kids and my dog are demanding, so doing an hour almost never happens. And that's okay, because it can seem more genuine and more natural, I think, when you do it throughout the day. When you're like, oh, let me just hop on Instagram, and, you know, you're posting your thing, and you're like, let me just check out. Yes, that's natural. So use it as a natural segue into connecting with people. All right, guys. I hope that this answered some questions, got you excited about 5-3-1 and connecting with people in other ways. If you have any questions, I really look forward to hearing those. And yeah, I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much.